So I've lost count how many times I've seen this happen in a video on YouTube. The creator will say create a new C# script. So we create a C# script, and then the first thing they do is open it up in Visual Studio. When Visual Studio actually boots up, and they come up here and they do this and this to get rid of those couple of green lines. I don't know if you're aware, but you can easily edit the default script in Unity to prevent that. So let's take a quick look at how we can do that. Okie doke, so if you want to open up a file explorer, go up to Program Files Unity and you'll find this folder called Hub. If we jump into there, you'll see a folder called Editor. Open that up and that will show you all of your different versions of Unity that you've got installed. Okay, so we select which version of Unity we want and we'll jump into this editor folder. It's a bit of a long path, so struggle along with me. Then we go to Data, Resources, Script Templates, and this one right at the top, number 81, is the offending script that we want to edit. I've changed the permissions on my system so I can edit this script, but what you would probably have to do is click copy, paste it onto the desktop, make any changes, drag it back in, and Windows will probably bitch about administrator privileges. Just click yes and it should overwrite it. So if we actually have a look at this script, as you can see, here are the two offending lines. All we simply need to do to get rid of that is delete them, save the script. Now if we jump back into Unity and we create another C# script, we call this one new. Open this up in Visual Studio and as you can see the horrible lines have gone, and that'll save you keep deleting them all the time. If you want to take it one step further, how I personally like to have my scripts is with some variable regions and stuff like that set up. So I would typically come up here and have a little region with variables. I then have my Unity base methods and my user methods. So if we click that, jump back in, we create a new script. Let's call this one region. I do hate that when Visual Studio keeps popping up like that. Now if we open it up, we've got a nice little pre-built region to put our variables in. We've got a nice region with all the Unity base methods wrapped up in, and we've got a nice little region for putting our user methods in. Finally, what you could do is if we jump back into here, I'll grab this namespace out. Now I won't go into namespaces too much, but I will show you a little example of why they're used. I personally like to namespace everything, but I can get quite anal about things like that. So I'll cut that, get rid of that, paste this into here. Now if I save this, jump back into Unity and we'll create another new script. Get annoyed by Visual Studio in a minute. I'll call that one namespaced. And yep, as it bitches up, we'll open it up, and as you can see now, we've got that namespace. As you can see, it hasn't quite come out quite like we want it to. So to fix that, if we highlight the whole of this public class, as you can see, it's all touching together. In Notepad++, highlight everything and just press Tab. That will bring it along, and Again, as I said, I can get quite anal. I'll get rid of that white space. I'll save that. Find my mouse, if I can. Jump back into Unity. We'll create another C# script. I'll just call this one NS. And as you can see now, it's spaced everything out a lot better. Right, so quickly namespaces and why they're used. You'll notice we've got systems collections, generic, Unity engine, you've used Unity engine, UI, etc, etc. This is why I don't type things out. So we've got a simple debug log statement there. Again, ICD time. Now, if I go up here, and if I change this to system diagnostics, all of a sudden we've got a little red line appeared on debug. And as we highlight it up, it tells us that we've got an ambiguous reference to Unity Engine debug and systems dialog diagnostics debug. And it will offer us some potential fixes. So if we look at the potential fixes, we can click, we're using Unity Engine, so we'd click Unity Engine debug. Okay, and now our error's gone and we can use the two versions. So basically that is why namespaces are created. We could be working on something and we could have the same name and stuff like that. So that's quickly editing scripts. Hope you found it useful. Hope you put some of it into practice. Right, I will see you in the next quick tip video. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe as usual. Join me in the Discord and I'll see you soon.